Hi, I guess I'm still new. I had a friend that suggested a question that I could ask. I'm not sure. I'm not sure a lot of people are going to appreciate it. But basically, what am I doing wrong in my relationships? And this is romantic relationships, and if you're having trouble making those last, for example, do you have a particular behavior or pattern that you keep repeating? So we all know, or most of us know, it's not usually just one person's fault the relationship doesn't last. Of course, in some cases, it really is just one person's fault. But mostly, it's because, for example, two people don't fit together very well, or things like that. Now, something I've noticed is very common is something called broken picker syndrome, where you are attracted to the wrong partners for whatever reason. Could be the classic daddy issues thing, or that you're used to being abused, or whatever really, that makes you attracted to repeating the same mistakes. So what we're going to be looking at here is not in what way is it my fault, but more what am I doing wrong when I look for a partner or choose a partner, and what should I do differently? So we have, because I like the number 4, we have 4 piles. Feel free to choose one out of the 4 and see if we can find out what you're doing wrong and what you can do differently. I'm unusually dirty today. This is, I don't think I mentioned last time, but this is actually not dirt. It's iron ore dust, and it kind of sneaks into your skin, so no matter how you scrub, this will all come off when this layer of skin comes off. This is something we're gonna have to live with. I'm sorry about that. Anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick one. What are you doing wrong, and what should you be doing differently? There we go. So here we are with pile 1, finding out what you're doing wrong in your relationship selecting or relationship behavior that causes it to not really work. I think we'll go with 3, and then we can clarify. We'll start out like that. Okay. From what I'd say here, since these are things that you would be doing wrong, it's not really going to be a case of positive cards, meaning you're doing stuff right. We're going to read everything as negative here, or negative, but not productive, sort of. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, have 2 of Swords, and we have Temperance. I'm gonna have to say that this, to me, seems like you're maybe not... I want to say that you maybe don't really have a plan, or you're not making a lot of effort. More that you believe a fated partner would be coming, sort of thing. Because you do have 2 of Swords, which is very... You know how it looks in the classic tarot where someone's blindfolded with 2 swords? In this situation, it's like you blindfold yourself so that you don't have to make choices. I'm going to actually suggest that you let others choose you, that you are perhaps a bit passive and just hope for the best, and sort of decide that since this person shows up, it should be right. This kind of passive, I guess, approach of being selected instead of selecting is, I mean, it works if you're very popular, but it might also lead to trying out a lot of partners before actually finding the right one. If you just go, this guy is interested in me, or this girl is interested in me, or this whatever they or you identify as is interested in me, so therefore there must be a point to it, so I shall accept it, sort of. Instead of going, I want this, 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 this in a partner, and then vetting them sort of before selecting. So I don't know why that is. If you're insecure and feel like if someone chooses you, you should be somehow grateful, in that case you might need to work on that, because, you know, you're not a milk carton that they pick the one that looks the best or has, you know. If you have if you have a clear picture of what you're looking for, then it's going to be easier to make a selection. But we'll see if the cards agree, because we're also going to find out now what you should be doing differently to actually, well, have happier, healthier, or better relationships. I think we'll start with 3 here as well, just for the sake of it. You can always ask for, you know, clarifications if there's anything like that needed. So, oh, okay. We have 8 of Wands, Queen of Cups, and Queen of Wands. Now, you know, Queen of Wands, that's someone who is passionate into herself, and I know it's very popular to say in her power, which, yeah, of course, but actually grabbing that power and wielding it, that's an entirely, you know, you can't just be in power, you have to use it as well. And the Queen of Wands does that. She does the things she wants, the things that set her on fire, sort of thing. Mother of Cups or Queen of Cups, this one is Mother of Cups in this deck. That's someone who is very in touch with their emotions, very, well, intuitive and also loving, but in touch with their emotions, emotionally mature. And we also have then 8 of Wands, which is swiftness here, fast movement, decision making, going swoosh for what you want. So that's pretty much what I said, actually. I'd say go for what you want instead of waiting to be selected by others, because likely you are very much able to actually get what you want instead of just trying out all the people that think that they want you. Find what you want and go for it. It's a very short and sweet reading there. I'm also going to give you a meditation card. I love these things because I can't know. Yeah, exactly. The Griffin. Be brave and fly above the clouds. I really think what's going on here is that you're insecure and perhaps you haven't even dared look at what you actually want. It's very easy to say, I want a nice partner, or I want a handsome or beautiful partner, or a intelligent, whatever it is. But actually making a sort of picture in your mind, not necessarily about looks, but about how the relationship would work, how your personalities would mesh, I guess, or fit into each other. That's something you might need to do, and then you find what you want and you go for it. Yeah. So that's pretty much what we have here. So I hope that helped. I hope I haven't insulted anyone, because maybe it's not always that nice to hear that you're perhaps being too passive. I don't know. It sounds a bit mean to say. But I would still say that with these cards and those cards, they kind of come together very nicely. So I hope that helps. Hello to those who chose pile 2, where we're going to be finding out what you are doing wrong when entering relationships and what you could be doing, well, better, what you should be doing instead. So we're going to be looking at that. And first I'll just pull 3 cards, show what you're doing now, which is, you know, wrong, or could be done better. Less than ideal. There we go. Okay, so let's see. Wow, I didn't realize before this reading that this would actually mean that I'm gonna sound like I'm insulting everyone. I think, first of all, I think you might be a realist. Like, let's say you know you're very attractive, or that you're not necessarily the stereotypical image of attractive as it is. At least you know what your good and bad sides are. You're a realist, I'd say. But with the Chariot, you have a goal of sorts. You have a dream partner, but with Temperance and Six of Pentacles, are you sure that you aren't controlling? I want to say codependent, that you get a bit too bossy. It's that sounds really rude. I'm working on a very codependent personality here. I'm getting better, but this to me looks like you might be, first of all, a bit controlling and bossy, a bit too realistic to get swept away by emotions, like this is the big love. And I think perhaps you select partners that are, oh, how do I put this, in one or another way below you, like they're less successful, or less smart, or less attractive, or whatever it might be, and you kind of aim to build them up to what you want them to be. This sounds terrible. I'm really sorry, but I mean, consider if that might be the case. If you are a bit pushy, bossy, and select partners that have potential. Yeah. Like if you select someone, they have potential, and you want them to reach that potential, of course, rather than finding a finished product and going, I am worthy of this, I want this partner. This could be the case. Not saying it necessarily is, but let's see what you should be doing differently according to the cards. Oh. I mean, I'm afraid now that I've gotten a bit stuck in this. It's a bit dangerous to get married to a theory, but in a way it kind of looks like it, because the Tower, first of all, if we do them in whatever order, the Tower is still complete upheaval and change. So change everything about how you approach relationships and potential partners. Everything. Seven of Stones, that kind of indicates that you are or have been, well, doing pretty much exactly what I said, because this is hard work invested in something. Maybe it doesn't pay off. Maybe learn to recognize that you can't change or fix someone. And with the Father of Wands or King of Wands, I'd say either you become really passionate about what you're looking for and be very clear, and don't settle for someone who isn't there. Get the finished product. So, well, actually, no either at all. That's pretty much it. Change how you approach these things completely from the bottom up. Stop putting a bunch of time. So rather learn to recognize when someone isn't what you want, and then admit that and move away from them instead of trying to change and fix them. And yeah, be very clear and passionate about that, and look for people who are the package, the whole package. Be clear on what you want and go after what you actually want. So that one's actually also pretty good. We're gonna get a meditation card for this as well, because I really like that. And these, as I've said, I can't interpret these since they will have different meanings for everyone. In this case, we get hedge guardians. Walk widdershins and seek the land under the hill. Yeah, so whatever you find that to mean for you, I wonder if I can get this to zoom. No, I can't. Well, whatever. Walk widdershins and seek the land under the hill. There we go. Thank you. Hi everyone who chose pile 3 in the finding out what you are doing wrong in your current approach to relationships and what you could be doing better. And this, I'd say, is both in relationships and when looking for them. We'll pretty much find out which is which. So we'll start with 3 cards describing what you're doing wrong with the bunny ears on, because it's not necessarily your fault, as I keep saying, but what behaviors you might need to change or drop. So we'll start looking at those for pile 3. What behaviors, well, what are they doing wrong or less than ideal in their relationships and approach to them? There we go. Oh. So this looks to me like you're actually very good at, I mean, as I said, or maybe I didn't say it, but I'm going to say it now. Since we're looking at things you're doing wrong, even positive cards are going to be taken to the other extreme. So let's say 9 of Cups, which is, you know, complete emotional fulfillment and happiness and stuff. 9 of Swords, which is more or less the opposite. Strength. In this case, I feel like you perhaps stay very almost blind, that you're using that strength to ignore potential problems, or not ignore them either, just push on, refuse to admit that, oh, this person is wrong for me, because you really want to be happy. You are so focused on this happy that even the problems that show up, you're just not going to address them. You're so happy, your relationship is perfect. You might be one of those people that, I don't know, they tend to be pretty jealous, but I don't know if you are. But you know those happy couples you see on the internet that are always publicly declaring their love in public. We don't actually know what goes on at home, but usually those relationships are pretty turbulent. They're pretty unstable, and then they do the public declaration of love to, I don't know why actually, because I guess it is to reassure themselves that everything is fine, because they really want it to be fine. Whereas the 9 of Swords then is a kind of neurotic sense of losing control over it and just la la la, I can't hear you, everything is perfect, while it keeps building up. So I'm gonna have to say that this is the self-denying pursuit of a happiness that might not actually be possible to achieve in this relationship. What you should be doing instead, then? Let's find that out. So we have 3 cards for that. This. God, I love these cards. That. And a 3rd one. Oh, wow. I mean, I like this one, but I'm not sure how to to say it in a way that doesn't sound really judgy, the universe in this deck tends to replace the world. So it's the completion, it's the full circle, the everything. Six of Stones, that's, you know, when you have what you need, you have enough to share with others, you're safe, secure, doing well, and you can, you know, give charitably. Alchemy is... This deck is a bit different. It has a few cards that are swapped out and jumbled around compared to the norm. But Alchemy, still... During Alchemy, like, you can take... English, not my first language. You can take a non-noble matter and transmute it into gold, which would be the noble metal. And in this case, this is sort of what you need to do with yourself. Here you need to be complete in yourself, realize that you have enough. You don't need the happiness you're searching in external factors. You need to find that in yourself first. Once you do, you won't be looking for happiness for yourself within a couple. Instead, the couple can be happy. So you have some self-work to do here. Like, make sure that you realize that you have enough. And if you don't, if it's like, I need a partner because otherwise I don't dare go outside, or I have no hobbies, or I don't have anyone to talk to at night or do things with, these are things, sorry to sound harsh, but they are things that everyone kind of needs to be able to do by themselves. Even if you're shy or an introvert, human contact, realizing that if you want to go mountain climbing, well, that may be a really bad example, because mountain climbing I don't think you should be doing alone, because it could be dangerous. I don't know, I've never tried. But you can do it with a club. You don't need a partner to do that if that's what you want to do. You can be a musician even if you're not in a band. You can be an artist even if you don't have a fan group right now, because you're doing something you love. And it's sort of the same thing. I don't cook when it's just me. I only cook for my partner. Cook for yourself. Do everything for yourself to make yourself happy. Realize that you are the center of your world, not someone else that you bring in. You are. And you need to be the most important person in your life so that you can welcome someone into it and let them be who they are, and give of your time, energy, personality, everything that is you, and give of that without fear, because there is nothing to lose. Or rather, if you do lose this relationship, then it probably wasn't right. And with this, you won't be that crushed by it, because you'll still be the center of your universe. So that's what you need to do. You'll also get a meditation card here. As I keep saying, I can't interpret these because they're so personal. But this card is Owl Song. Whisper secrets to the moonlight. Find strength in stillness. I don't know. It won't really focus, but Owl Song. Whisper secrets to the moonlight. Find strength in stillness. So that's your message here. I hope that helps. I hope you'll be able to use that information for future relationships and situations and happiness. Hi to those who chose pile 4. As I think I mentioned, we're now looking at a kind of tricky reading, really, I've realized in the previous piles, because telling someone what they're doing wrong kind of sounds insulting. I hadn't thought this through. I just felt like this was a reading I wanted to do. But when I told my friend, it was a friend. And friends tend to be able to take that differently. Or maybe you just talk to them differently because you know them. So now I'm addressing a bunch of strangers on the internet who chose a pile of cards at either random or intuitively or however you did it. And I have to say, this is what you're doing wrong, knowing that I might be wrong, or maybe you picked the wrong pile, or, you know, whatever. But still, we're finding out what you are doing wrong in your approach to romantic relationships. We'll be taking 3 cards to determine that. There we go. Oh. See, this 6 of Pentacles has been showing up in the last 3 piles, actually. Well, not pile 1, but in 2 and 3. So this is the 3rd, sorry. And what we're looking at here is what you're doing wrong. So that means that even positive cards will be interpreted in the negative extreme. So let's say 6 of Pentacles, which is like you have your material safety, you have enough to share even. This might mean, for example, that you think you're slightly better, or you have a better plan, or might mean that you pick up partners that are a bit less advanced in, like, say, status things. They might not have a job or a home or whatnot. With the Queen of Swords, it's very, but calculating, intelligent, intellectual, very rational. In this case, it would be probably someone who is detached, who is downright cold, who doesn't let people in emotionally. Might be scared of emotional intimacy, for example. And the Knight of Pentacles, everyone knows the Pentacles are the slow moving ones. So the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving one. Very solid, steady. Maybe it is that you are a bit rigid. I don't know. These are just potential interpretations. That you see yourself as having something to give, and that you are perhaps a bit stubborn or rigid and cold, like you don't dare really to open up and show your true emotions to the people that you either want to enter relationships with or do enter relationships with. So yeah, we're gonna find out what you should be doing instead. So we're gonna have 3 cards for what you should be doing instead as well. Let's see what we can find there. I'm gonna go here. And there. Oh, whoa, okay. Now, since these are instead the things you should be doing, everything, even negative cards, will be treated as the advice position. So in that case, with, for example, 10 of Swords, it means that there's something you need to let go. Or maybe you need to let go and learn to face. Because I feel with this that you might actually be forcing yourself to be emotionally detached, that it's not that big of a deal. They're not that important. They're just a partner, and there are more of those. And never actually feeling that deeply. And when it ends, you were pretty much prepared and you don't much care. Or that's what you tell yourself. It's like you're protecting yourself, sort of shielding yourself from getting too involved. You need to stop doing that. You need to dare to feel the pain that might come with a breakup or whatever happens, you know? Because then you also have the Queen of Wands. So this is passion, fire, feelings, expressing yourself, really being, well, really you, honest, and yeah, this is problematic with not speaking English. Genuine. And we have the King of Wands as well, which is, he's very good. The principal is very good at grabbing opportunities, taking opportunities, developing passion projects Not shying away from possible challenges, but actually, if it's something that this person cares about, and the same goes for her, really. If it's something that they care about, they will go all in and allow themselves to feel all of it. So that seems to be what you're actually supposed to do. You're also going to get a meditation card, because I like those. I can't interpret these for you because, well, they're up to you to decide what they mean to you. This one is called Strange Journeys, and it says, take control of your quest. Choose your companions wisely. This is the first one that I'm actually going to comment on, because to me, if this was my reading, I'd say to me that means with this kind of vulnerability and honesty and openness also comes a lot of risks. So still, don't rush into. Choose who you want to share this journey with. No matter how it's going to end. If it's going to end, select them a bit, think a while, and then go for it. Yeah, I hope this helps. I hope it, I hope it helps. That it can improve your personal relationships and things. Yeah, that was it. Thank you for watching and listening. And, yeah, have a nice evening or day or whatever it is.